So for the longest time, I knew that I wanted to make a horror movie, right? Ever since I was a little kid, and I knew that when I did this, I would want somebody's head to just fucking explode, right? Some of my favorite horror movies did this, and this is actually a still you're looking at from one of my favorite horror films back in the day called Maniac, and it was one of my favorite examples of this kind of thing, and a lot of horror movie fans, especially fans of 80s horror movies, they would regard this as like one of the greatest head explosions ever. And so I would watch behind the scenes stuff and listen to people talk about it, and I kept hearing people say that it was done using that Tom Savini used a styrofoam head. And I was like, styrofoam head? What the fuck are they talking about? Like, I didn't get that. But then I would listen to other techniques from DVDs, behind the scenes stuff, and I heard you would always hear Robert Rodriguez talk about using a grease marker to trace around the outline of different things and lining things up digitally. And I was like, okay, you know what? I have an idea of how I think I can do this. So when I got to a point when I felt confident enough to try and make a horror movie, and I felt like I was confident enough to try this effect myself, I said, okay, let's go do this. Let's get a styrofoam head, and we shot this movie with zero budget, no money, and this effect you're gonna watch. This was like first try. We just did it, and we were like, okay, I guess that's. I mean, we didn't have any money, so it wasn't like we could sit there blowing up heads all fucking day. And I'm gonna tell you exactly step by step how we did that. But then I'm gonna tell you a better way that I think this would turn out even better if you just did a few little things just a little bit different.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so real quick, here's Jennifer. I'm going to let Jennifer tell you about the styrofoam head part.
We're going to blow her head up. This is one of the props that we're using to blow her head up. We've hollowed out the back of the head, and we got this head for like $2 at Sally's. We're gonna put one of these balloons inside of it. It's going to fill it with blood, some meat, different types of like bread, just things that are going to look like nasty gore when it explodes. And then we're going to set it up, put exactly where her face is, mark it on the camera with a grease marker, and shoot it with a 410.
Badass.
Ready?
Yeah. We had the camera on a tripod. I did want to mention that too because that's super important. So you lay her down and you have her, breathing, act, like ours was just kind of laying there dying. Trace around her body on the monitor or LCD of your camera, and then move her, tell her to get up, and then you lay down the styrofoam head and perfectly line it up with the outline that you traced around her face and body. So you line it up perfectly with where her face was on your monitor, and then once it's in place, you get everybody the fuck out of the way and blow that head up. So we blew it away with the 12 gauge, and then when in the computer, we lined it up perfectly, and frame by frame, you slowly start replacing her, the actress's head with the styrofoam head. But also, before I forget, when you have your actress get up, make sure you have a couple of seconds at least of the background, the footage on a tripod sitting perfectly still with no one in it. They call that a background plate. Okay, so you want your background plate, which is just going to be a couple seconds of footage with nothing in it. Then that's when you lay down the styrofoam head and you blow that thing up. So that's how we did it. And the only thing I was going to say that could have, I feel like maybe have made this better, is if we would have shot the head instead on a with a green screen behind it. You could take like a small square of green poster board if you want to, and just put it behind the head. So that way, even though you're still lining it up with the outline of her body, with the green screen there, what that's gonna do for you is when the head explodes, you can move it around anywhere you want, and once you key the green out, because if it's not perfectly lined up just the way you want, it would be cool to have the freedom to line it up. But anyways, whatever, man. We'll see. I'll keep perfecting this, and it'll get better each time. So I hope that helped. If you want to try this out yourself, go for it. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or ideas on your own that could make this better that I didn't even mention. Anyways, all right. Well, I hope that helped. I'll talk to you guys soon. More videos are coming.